Sister Wives TLC edited out Kody Brown's true disdain amid Garrison's death. Sister Wives fans know that TLC continuously films the Brown family. As a result, the current seasons are approximately 2 years behind current events. Season 19 takes place in 2022, which is roughly a year and a half before Garrison Brown tragically took his life. Since Garrison and Kody had a volatile relationship before his death, it stands to reason the family patriarch would have nasty things to say about his son on screen. However, fans noticed that Kody has been incredibly vague about his children this year. Is it possible that TLC did some serious editing and censoring of footage filmed before Garrison's death? Viewers think Kody Brown's confessionals are more tame this season. At the beginning of season 19, TLC acknowledged Garrison's death. It'll still be quite some time before viewers see the Brown family deal with his passing on screen. But even so, fans think it's odd that no one has talked about Garrison this year, especially since his feud with Kody was such a focal point in recent seasons. Has Kody's *** talking about Garrison been edited out? A Redditor asked recently. The last few seasons, we've seen Kody talks *** about the OG kids a lot, especially Gabe and Garrison. So far this season, we've heard him say some general stuff about all his kids and about Maddie. But nothing specific about Garrison and Gabe, I think, but I have a hard time imagining he wasn't shit-talking them as usual, especially after Logan's wedding. And that makes me wonder if production has edited those parts out since it would be insensitive to shows since Garrison passed away. Has anyone said anything about this, and do you think it's possible? Other Sister Wives fans echo similar sentiments. No one can say for sure what happened in the editing room, but most other Sister Wives viewers thought the Ope's suggestion was accurate. Yeah, I think Garrison has been edited out completely along with Gabe, perhaps. And some of the others, another Reddit user replied. We haven't seen some of the ones we used to see. Could be that they all filmed together, so by removing the Garrison footage, they removed the others as well. Could be the others said this is no longer something they wish to participate in. 100,000% they cut out everything he has continued to say about those boys. To be perfectly honest, I'm sure it has, and I think it is for the best. It's super unfortunate that doing so benefits Kody. I think the talking heads were filmed very recently, so Kody won't have ** talk Garrison in them. Had they been filmed this time last year, there would have definitely been some shit talk about his disloyal and disrespectful offspring. The atmosphere on Sister Wives had always been fraught with tension, but recent events had revealed deeper cracks in the Brown family than viewers could have imagined. Kody Brown, once the charismatic patriarch of a sprawling plural family, was now a shadow of the man who had led his wives and children through thick and thin. His frustrations, primarily centered on the breakdown of relationships with some of his older children, had reached an unprecedented level. But what the show didn't air was the true depth of his disdain, especially after Garrison Brown's untimely passing, a tragedy that shook the family to its core. Garrison, one of Kody's sons with Janelle, had always been a quiet, steady presence. While his siblings often found themselves in the limelight, Garrison remained somewhat in the background, forging his own path. Yet, beneath his reserved demeanor lay a heart that loved fiercely, especially when it came to family. The unexpected news of his passing had stunned viewers, but what was more shocking was how little Kody seemed affected on screen. In carefully edited scenes, Kody was shown mourning with his family, his eyes hollow with grief as he stood by Janelle's side. However, whispers from those close to the production hinted that something darker lay beneath the surface. Behind the camera, Kody's response to Garrison's death was not one of heartfelt sorrow, but of detached frustration. This was no ordinary grief, it was tinged with resentment. Kody's relationship with Garrison had become strained in the years leading up to the tragedy. Garrison, like his brother Gabe, had openly disagreed with Kody's increasingly erratic behavior and the way he managed his multiple relationships. Kody, who once prided himself on balancing the emotions and needs of his wives and children, had become fixated on his relationship with Robin, his fourth wife. His other children, including Garrison, often felt neglected, sparking growing resentment toward their father. The COVID-19 pandemic had only exacerbated the situation. Garrison, like many of his siblings, refused to abide by Kody's strict quarantine rules, which created a wedge between them. Kody saw Garrison's defiance as a personal betrayal, a rejection of his authority as the family's leader. That tension built into their interactions, leaving their once close bond fractured beyond repair. When the tragic news of Garrison's death arrived, it seemed as though the weight of that unresolved tension came crashing down. Kody's true emotions were not those of a grieving father. Instead, they reflected his frustration at having lost the opportunity to mend their relationship. The cameras captured only what TLC wanted the audience to see, a somber, reflective Kody. But behind the scenes, the patriarch's disdain was palpable. Sources close to the Brown family revealed that Kody's coldness during this time was alarming. While the rest of the family gathered to mourn, share memories, and support Janelle, Kody appeared distant, even irritated. His focus remained on his own narrative, spinning the tragedy in a way that absolved him of responsibility for the broken relationship with Garrison. To Kody, Garrison's death wasn't just a loss. It was another battle he couldn't win, another reminder that his authority over his family was slipping. It was Robin who tried to mitigate Kody's public image, encouraging him to show a softer side during filming. She knew how much TLC's portrayal mattered, how the audience would react if they saw the full extent of Kody's emotional distance. With her guidance, the editors skillfully crafted a version of events that showed a more sympathetic Kody, one who stood by his family in their time of need, even if his heart wasn't fully in it. Janelle, who had already endured years of emotional neglect from Kody, saw through the facade. She grieved not only for the loss of her son, but for the collapse of the family.